How can people like the Speaker of Parliament be involved in such obvious abuse of their public office and nothing is done?
Yes, how are you everyone? How was your day? Today, MWENDA, a known entrepreneur in media, came out to fire salvos against the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among. We all know for the past, I think, few months, corruption has been a subject in our country, Uganda. In fact, one of the biggest failures of General Kaguta Museveni is failing to curb corruption, because it is a scheme which has made him stronger in his dictatorship. So he cannot fight something he stands on, because from his family, his relatives, his honchos engage in corruption. And ladies and gentlemen, this even raised countries from outside, foreign countries, to come and fight against corruption in our country, Uganda, by bringing out measures, by bringing out sanctions on different individuals. Okay? So even MWENDA came out and fired salvos against the Speaker of Parliament. So in this episode, I've come to talk about why MWENDA is coming out to fire salvos against the Speaker, what it means for our country, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So, MWENDA, once upon a time, was a very big critic of General Kaguta Museveni. But I think the longer some dictatorships stay, even those fighting it tend to join them, because there is nothing as difficult as fighting a dictator. Right now, I'm free to say that MWENDA is a darling to General Kaguta Museveni, although some of the time he comes out to criticize him on certain issues. Of course, not to the extent as he used to do, because he might be chased away from the first family. And we all know MWENDA as a person who supports General Moses Kainerugaba, a son of a dictator Kaguta Museveni. I wanted to first give you that background so that I can show you the caliber of MWENDA. MWENDA has been in the media. He's one of the person who has ever done serious interviews on different heads of the state. So he has a name in that direction. MWENDA, during a Twitter space which was hosted by Kabushenga, he came out to reveal that one of the biggest failures of General Kaguta Museveni is corruption. And that even people surrounding Museveni are corrupt. Okay? Are corrupt. And Museveni has failed to rein in on those people. And it seems that the longer we stay with General Kaguta Museveni, we are going to realize that it is even going to be more worse. Trust me, it's going to be more worse, because he's even getting older. So he won't be having the tenacity to fight this corruption. Before I speak on this more, let me first give you the tape as MWENDA was firing salvos towards the Speaker. He has the tape.
How can people like the Speaker of Parliament be involved in such obvious abuse of their public office and nothing is done?
But
how can that happen? There was a time there was Kazinda, he went to jail. There was Obey, they went to jail. There have been many corruption scandals. I remember the Sam Kutesas and the Jonas Aselas were prosecuted. Kenya went to prison. You understand? There was corruption then, but there was a pretense to take action. I think that Museveni has created an equilibrium, but I think the equilibrium is beginning to fail because the level of dysfunction is reaching too far. The equilibrium has been that you, Robert Kabushenga, a border rider, you can go through red lights, you can ride on the right side of the road. You, MWENDA, you can build in a swamp. You, send Kashirinji, you can take over the forest reserve and take the land there. If you're Ivan Okuda, you can go and do your own impunity. If you are David Impang in public office, you can steal as you wish. If you are Peter Mwesige, each one of us in our own sphere, If you Peter Mwesi, problem is that Ugandans don't believe that the president is acting in good faith. They think, as he has himself said, that he works for himself and his family. And I think that is a very, very bad mentality for people to have. Museveni needs to reconstruct faith of the public in him as a champion of the public good.
So, that is Andrew Mwenda. First of all, we must ask ourselves, what is the reason behind Andrew Mwenda attacking the Speaker of Parliament? One, Andrew Mwenda is a spokesperson. I think he holds a place, I think, as a spokesperson, if I'm not mistaken, the PLU, Patriotic League of Uganda. PLU is an organization headed by General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, and it is an establishment of the state. PLU is projecting itself as an alternative from the NRM, and of course it is a system trying to inherit itself. PLU is building its points on issues which have failed General Kaguta Museveni, and among those issues is corruption. By Andrew Mwenda coming out to speak against corruption is representing a lot of people. Okay, so Andrew Mwenda is a sign. So by Andrew Mwenda doing that, he's setting a pace for the PLU. Is trying to set a pace for the PLU as if it is fighting corruption. Yet we know PLU has onchos which are the most corrupt. Here's an example. During COVID, Kizza Besigye, I keep on giving this incident. During COVID, Kizza Besigye came out and revealed documents when the wife of Muhoozi Kainerugaba, I think is the wife of Muhoozi Kainerugaba, got a tender to supply oxygen worth billions. And when Museveni and when Besigye talked about this in Twitter, Muhoozi came out and threatened him. So it shows you that even PLU does not have the audacity to fight against corruption. So by Andrew Mwenda coming out to say that, because Andrew Mwenda is not the first time, he has always come out to fire salvos against the speaker for being corrupt. Since he represents the PLU and the MOZ project, he's trying to create an alternative. Of course, an alternative created by the government itself to see how it can succeed each other. Yet in Uganda, we are looking for transition. Okay? Secondly, I keep on telling people that what Anita Among has allegedly stolen is a small portion. In government, there are some people who are very rich, who have stolen this country even 1,000 times more than Anita Among. Quote me right, in this video, I'm not condoning corruption. In fact, I want Anita Among to be tried. But the mistake Anita Among is doing that whenever he does something, he brings the media, he brings everything he puts out everything. And whenever a politician puts out everything he has, whether he has gotten it rightfully or wrongfully, then he invites a lot of business. We all know that when he was opening up a house, he invited all members of parliament. And it's at that point that some of us got to know about his big house, the stadiums, the pitches, the schools, okay? That's the mistake he makes. There are some people in this government who have stolen even 1,000 more times than Anita Among, but we don't know their investment. For example, if someone asks you, do you know any investment of Otafire or Mama Mbabazi? Do you know any investment of Toyota, the PLU chairman? And yet when he comes out in gatherings, he donates millions of money.
Kubanga omukolo gwe tuliko gwa Salt Media tubaletedde entebe 14 ziri ku moloka wali mu parking. Entebe zino z'okutuulako kubanga tetunoonyeza ekyokuwa naye ne tugamba okola emikolo abantu babeere nga batuulako. So Salt Media tubawadde entebe 14 ate okuzimba church eno twagala kuba number 1 nga ffe tusoose n'ettafaali lya miliyoni 5.
Do you know any investments of Muhoozi? You want to tell me that they don't have investments? Do you know any investments of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni? So these people who may have stolen the country don't show their riches. So even if you want to critique them, you may lack a point. But Anita Among should stop showing that opulence. Yet, you cannot tell me that it was accumulated at the time when he was a speaker, barely 2 years. Even rich men like Sudhir Ruparelia cannot accumulate that wealth at such a pace. So there is something wrong. Okay? So, Andrew Mwenda coming out to speak like that, it shows, one, that is trying to find a position of PLU to give another alternative, which is, by the way, fake, because even PLU has a lot of people who are corrupt. But also, to say as if he likes the country more, as if PLU likes the country more. And third, sometimes Andrew Mwenda is objective. Sometimes, not all the times, because sometimes he comes out to even critique the NRM government. You know, on this channel, I give it to every person who comes out and says the right thing. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Bye-bye.